Hi and welcome to the Ruby Tuesday. My name is Ruben and this is my review for Netflix's original movie, I.O. This is how I structure my reviews. I give a short synopsis, then I talk about what I liked, and then I talk about what I didn't like, and then I add in a bit like a fun fact at the end before giving my rating. Hopefully by the end of this review, how many times can I say end, you will know whether you should give your time to this film.
Trust me.
Sam, played by Margaret Qualley, is one of the last survivors on post-cataclysmic Earth. Sam, a young scientist, is dedicated to finding a way for humans to adapt and survive rather than abandon their world. But with the final shuttle scheduled to leave planet Earth for a distant colony, her determination is suddenly rocked by an arrival of another survivor. Dun dun dun! Micah, played by Anthony Mackie, arrives. She must decide whether to journey with him to join the rest of the humanity and begin life anew, or just stay and fight for Earth's survival. What I like. I.O. is directed by Jonathan Halpert, and this is the second feature I believe to date that he's ever directed. I knew nothing about him and I knew nothing about the film when going into this. The only thing I knew was that Anthony Mackie was in this film. I saw a poster for it and I like him in the MCU universe, so I thought, okay, I'll give my time to this, I'll give it a go. There's obviously a huge amount of post-apocalyptic films, especially ones with various mutated creatures of some kind trying to eat us in Earth's future wastelands, those type of films. This is not one of those films. Instead, this is about how Earth has become too toxic for us to live on, and I've found that mostly science fiction films are good when they are grounded in a bit of reality. It makes the fantasy parts of the sci-fi hold up so much more. And I think this is what I.O. tried to do. I.O. starts off with a massive exodus of Earth to Jupiter's moon, which is also known as I.O., hence the title. The film's cinematography is okay, it looks okay, and is also filmed relatively well, and the acting is okay, and in fact, it's probably the most positive thing I can say about this film is that it's okay. It's a movie. Oh, and one more thing, the sound editing I thought was really good. What I did not like. This film is dull. I almost switched it off a number of times, but I forced myself to stick with it until the end. The first 20 minutes of the film is about this young scientist trying to find a way to help Earth live again. And yes, there are occasional shots that look interesting, but for the most part it seems like this plot is kind of super thin.
We weren't ready for this.
Everything I said in the synopsis is like a dragged out version of the story. There's not a lot that goes on to help you want to carry on watching this movie. Every shot is drawn out, every scene is drawn out. It's like the movie presumes that you don't get what's happening, but you do. Not even the arrival of Anthony Mackie's character changed the slowness of this film. And then there's the relationship that forms between the two seemingly lost people on Earth. At first, the film establishes his character, Anthony Mackie's character, as a father-type figure, or even probably more suited to the teacher-student type relationship.
I was gonna be a teacher.
Then there's this whole scene where he's talking to her about Plato, and although I thought it was one of the strongest scenes in the film, it set the tone of the relationship. It set a boundary. So later on in the movie, when there is this dynamic in the relationship that changes, it comes off as super creepy. When you have Last Survivors films, you need to have actors that can hold you on the screen, that can grip you. You need to be riveted because they are basically the only thing that you are watching, much like Castaway.
Well, I'm sorry!
They have to grip you, you have to be riveted. It also needs to have a damn good script and excellent dialogue. If it's a very minimalistic film, these things need to be super strong. This film does not have a good script and the dialogue is meh. I liked Anthony Mackie's character Micah in I.O. and the female scientist Sam. I think their acting is fine. I just don't think they had a lot to work with. Had the script and dialogue been better, I think we would have seen these two actors pull off more. We would have been more riveted. But at the end, I just kept on wishing that I hadn't watched the film and that I could get my time back. Did you know that I.O. has multiple titles, and in the UK it's known as I.O. Lost on Earth? I actually recently wrote a review for Pop Horror called I Think We're Alone Now, starring Peter Dinklage and Ellie Fanning. That film has a very similar premise to I.O., but it has 10 times more heart than I.O. If you can see it, I'm sure, or if you've seen both, I'm sure you can do a comparison and see what I'm talking about. They are similar in premises in quite a few areas, and I really felt like that had so much more gravitas to it, and this one just felt blah. I will probably never watch this film again. I'm giving this film a D. If you are looking for a film to have on in the background while you are trying to fall asleep, then this film is the one to have on, because it will help with that. Thanks for watching my review of I.O. I have several other reviews headed your way, so if you liked my review and found it informative and helpful, please hit that subscribe button, or consider hitting that, and the bell as well, which is here somewhere. Thank you so much for your continued support. I really do appreciate you guys coming back and commenting and chatting to me on the different platforms that I have my reviews. I really appreciate you guys being around and kind of sticking with me as I've been growing little bit by little bit. I'm enjoying it. I think I'm getting better at it. If you have any kind of tips for me or stuff that you'd like me to do, let me know. I'm always open to try new things and do new things, and I love to see where it can take me. Thank you so much, and until next time, live long and Tuesday.